Hey guys, today we're going to be learning how to make beef Wellington. These are the ingredients: a shallot, garlic, thyme, baby bell mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, beef tenderloin, salt, black pepper, olive oil, an egg, prosciutto, and puff pastry. Step 1 of making the beef Wellington. You need to get your both kinds of mushrooms, your shiitake and your baby bella. Then you need to put them into a food processor to grind them up into little itty bitty mushroom things. And you'll need about a pound of each. Make sure to put in different kinds. Don't fill it up too high or else it won't work. So like about that many mushrooms. And put the lid on. Take the lid off. Then you have these mushrooms. You should probably actually put more mushrooms in there than I did. Then take the blade off. And then find a bowl. Take this off. And put the mushrooms in. And that's it for step 1. Okay, step 2. So we're gonna take our mushrooms and we're gonna saute them with olive oil for 20 minutes. You're gonna want to spread them out evenly inside of the pan. I'll do that as soon as they get in here. Okay, now make sure to cook it on medium-high heat and make sure to let it warm up before you put them in here, like this. Spread them evenly and we'll show you when they're done. Okay, next step is we're going to take our thyme and we're going to mince it. But first, we need to take it off the stem. But I know it can be hard, so I'll show you a trick. Hold it like right here, not at the very tippy top or else it'll break. Then put your nails like a little bit on it and then it'll come right off. Like this. And boom. Now, we'll take our time. Hold on. Just take these peelies real quick. And now, put it here. You need 2 teaspoons. Then make sure to mince it because that really brings out the flavor. Put it in like a big group. Then go like this with your knife. And boom, make sure to take the thyme like off this because yeah. And then if you want to, you can put it back up in another group to get like, to make sure you mince every single last leaf. And then after you do this, the thyme should be properly minced. And that's that step done. Okay, so the next step is we're going to take our shallot And we're gonna cut like right about here, so we can get this paper kind of stuff off. And we're gonna do the same on the other side. And now we're gonna need to take all this paper type stuff off. And then when you take all this off, then you can cut this, like, I'll show you because there's no like paper here actually. Right, so you'd cut one that's like around this big, but make sure you get all the paper off before you cut it. So like this, do another one. Just do these until there's no more room to do them. So that's it for the next step. Okay guys, so now you can, next step, you can see the mushrooms. And now we're gonna take our thyme and our shallot and we're gonna put them with the mushrooms. And now we're gonna mix them in. Just like this. Okay, now the next step is we're gonna take our garlic and we're gonna smash it inside of a garlic press, again with the mushrooms. And then we're gonna take like a knife or a fork or something and we'll take it out on the side so we can get everything there. Don't use your finger because there's something there that's really sharp, so it could cut you. Use about 3. If you don't think it's enough, then you can use 4, but you would probably want to use 3. And then mix it like that, and then cook it until it smells really good. Okay, the next step is now we're going to take our beef tenderloin and we're going to cook it for 1 to 2 minutes on each side. And we already salted it and peppered it and all that stuff. Make sure to salt and pepper it. And make sure to cook it for 1 to 2 minutes or else it could get too raw and we don't want that to happen. Okay, now the next step is we're going to do the egg wash. So we need a teaspoon of water. And now we need 1 egg. And crack it. This, try not to get any shells in there. And hold on. After you crack the egg, wash your hands. And get some kind of like fork or something. A plastic fork would be best. Break up the yolk like this until it gets all the way broken and it looks like something like this. Okay, now the next step is we're gonna take our egg wash and we're gonna get like one of these thingies and we're gonna spread it out like this until the whole thing is covered. Don't do both sides, only do one. Here we have our prosciutto. Make sure to roll it out with a rolling pin before you do this to make it really big. And then when you fill the whole thing with egg wash, you'll be ready for the next step. Okay, so now we need to put this saran wrap so we can roll the beef Wellington in so the egg wash doesn't get on here with the puff pastry. We finished putting on the egg wash, and then we put the prosciutto on off camera. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna take your mushrooms and you're gonna put it on here. Make sure not to get it on the prosciutto. I mean, not the prosciutto, the puff pastry. Make sure there's a thin layer. And you don't have to fill up every single edge if you think it might go onto the puff pastry. So like I said, you see this layer here? This is a perfect thin layer. So just like that. Okay, so the next step is, now that we have our mushrooms down, we're going to take our beef Wellington and put it right there, like on the very edge, and then we're gonna roll it up using the saran wrap. Just like this. Okay, and now that we have our beef Wellington all wrapped up like that, we're gonna put it inside the refrigerator for 10 minutes. Okay, so now we're gonna take it out of the saran wrap. And then when we get this out, we're gonna put more egg wash on it.
Hold on.
You should probably use a knife to do that, because then you can just take it out
Step.
like this, incredibly easier. Make sure you do it on both sides so it won't work. Don't cut yourself.
I know, be careful.
Alright. And now that's out, we're going to take our egg wash again, and we're going to put it on here. Make sure to get it everywhere. Just like that. And then we're gonna put salt on it. Just like that. And then we're gonna cut it. I put those marks in it. Just like this. Make sure they're straight. And put 4 of them. And just like that. Okay, so we just got done putting this in the oven for 30 minutes. So now we're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes. But make sure you cook it at 400 degrees for exactly 30 minutes, because it gives you the exact right temperature it needs to be, which is 145 degrees. And how you know that is you can just put the thing inside right here. Alright, now that it has cooled up for 10 minutes, we're gonna cut it. Make sure to use a sharp knife that can get through the meat, because there's a bunch of different stuff inside of there. It should look like that.
Pretty good.
So